Blog Talk Radio.
Well, happy Valentine's Day to all of our amazing divas out there. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Divas That Care. My name is Candace Gish, and I'm the host of the show. Well, this is going to be a great show. This is a great show for anybody that is in a relationship or for those of you that are looking for one. I have the Relationship Whisperer on as our guest today. Eileen Head, and I'm just excited to have her. We're going to be chatting about a whole bunch of amazing things today. So let's get started because I know that you're going to be dying to hear what she has to say. Eileen, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me on this very exciting day.
Oh, this is a wonderful day. Well, since this is your very first time, could you share a little bit about yourself?
Oh, definitely. I am a coach, a speaker, an author. I help women, I should be prepared for this, women, men, and singles hire me to find the life and love they desire because the bottom line is until we understand ourselves, our personality, how we feel loved, and how to love another person, we will struggle when we really could be leading a very juicy life.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. What a perfect thing to chat about on today's show.
Life can be juicy. It can be very challenging, and it always is, but it's how we manage those challenges that brings the juice in our life. It's what our mindset is, and the work that I do is identifying the beliefs that are buried deep in our subconscious, and they run our lives, and then when we really open them up and look at them and say, what? And we change those beliefs, that's when that's when we're in control of life, and that's when we transform.
Oh, I love it. And what an important thing, we need relationships. We need good relationships in our lives, and to have somebody like yourself that helps and coaches us, because you know what, there's so many different personalities, and that's the kind of thing I want to talk about to begin with. How do you deal with personality differences?
Well, first you identify your personality. The work that I do is I use the basis of that is called the Enneagram, and people either go the Ennea what, or they go, oh, the Enneagram, I love it. And it is a personality model, and it's unique from all other models of personality in that it has what's called the path of development. So it clearly shows you very specifically for your personality 9 levels of behavior from very undeveloped to developed. And so when you can see what that looks like with your natural traits and talents and how you can rise up those levels to become the best person you can be, I'll tell you, that's very empowering. And I used to feel like I was clothes on a clothesline. My hands were attached, but my feet were flapping in the wind. And I was somebody for everybody, pleasing everybody but myself, and looking to be loved through helping and nurturing others. I live my life very differently today.
Wow. And now you'll be able to help so many others do that. Is this something that's, well, it's probably something that's very confusing to people unless they've had the opportunity to meet somebody like yourself and go through a personality test like this and to learn what their personality is and how they're able to deal with people. So I kind of want to dial back a bit because because probably a lot of our guests today haven't taken that, how can you give them some kind of a tip how they would start that process?
Oh, definitely. I have a free quiz on my website, and I offer a free...
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, and I offer a free discovery call for people. I was in a 35-year marriage where I struggled, and I struggled because we were good people. We had the same values, the same morals, the same goals, and yet this disconnection, it was like there was a glass wall between us, and I could see him, but I couldn't get to him or get my needs met the way I needed, nor was I able to articulate them. And what was really confusing for me was I was very confident and outspoken outside of that relationship, but inside it, I walked on eggshells, and I felt powerless. I felt confused and frustrated and lonely, and I looked for answers everywhere. I read marriage manuals. I did self-help books and workshops, And I just didn't understand, like, what was it? And so as I was, after 35 years of not being able to figure it out, I left that relationship and found the Enneagram. And when I read my profile, I loved reading my profile because it went, oh, here's your strengths. And here's the important thing. It said, as your personality, here's your values, and here's what people value in you. This is what we're searching for in life. Do you value me? Do you value me? And then if you value me, I can value me. And that, coming to that of like, oh my gosh, this is what people value in me. And it showed me my strengths and my traits, and then it also showed me the challenges, and those stung a bit when I read them. But as I delved deep into this work, you can take your challenges and build them into strengths, and that's when you really step into who you are. You step into the becoming of the person you're meant to be.
Oh, that's empowering, because it's a scary thing to think that, because we know that we have faults. And to acknowledge them is it's so hard. But you're saying don't look at it that way. Look at it as a stepping stone, because if you can embrace the things that you need to work on, then it's going to make you even a better person.
Otherwise, you're living a disfragmented life. We're continually pushing away and behind us what we don't want to acknowledge, and this is what everyone else sees and struggles with in us. And when you manage we all have patterns that sabotage us, and what's confusing is they're the same patterns that can be strengths, can sabotage you when you use them in the wrong way to get your needs met. And so it's a wholeness. It's a bringing together of all you are, and then really managing your traits. It's awareness. So when patterns come up for me, I go, isn't that interesting? I've been working on this stuff like for 15 years, and that pattern's coming up. What do I need to see? What is this about me? What do I need to acknowledge? It's not about the other person when you get a reaction. It is about you.
It's about you.
And it's like, it makes life for me so much richer. It's like, wow, I can work on that. I can handle that better. I can go back and apologize. I can go back and negotiate. I can give the other person a solution, or I can choose just to let them go.
Wow, you're taking ownership. That's powerful.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I like about this? When you and I had that opportunity to meet at an event, I was able to take this test, and I thought, what a great way so that I'm able to communicate, with my partner, with my children, with my friends and family, because you think it's like, oh, well, maybe I need to communicate a different way, and I need to understand. And I just really enjoyed how you were able to communicate with all of us. And when we were at different tables, we were seeing how different we were, but we can take that and we can work with it. Mm-hmm.
And when you understand, like when you recognize the Enneagram has 9 personalities, and so personalities are just patterns of behavior. And when you start to recognize the pattern, you understand the person and you can relate to them. So they can be absolutely flipping out in front of me, and I can stay very calm, understanding from their personality perspective what's going on, what's happening, why they might be reacting that way, instead of allowing myself to be triggered, which throws everything sideways, and I can respond to them in a way that I can understand what's going on. I can understand why you might be unhappy without giving up who you are. You just stay in your own energy, and it changes the energy dynamics because they feel heard, they feel understood, and then you can go on from there to create connected relationships that are respectful, that are loving. So that's why I love the work that I do, couple dynamics. I put your 2 personalities together, your similarities, your differences, what your trigger points are, and then I give you your complete profile so you understand the stress patterns. You can see your partner going into a stress pattern. You go, hey, hon, I can see you're getting stressed. How can I support you? Doesn't that feel loving?
Oh,
you both are empowered.
It feels
with
awesome.
Knowledge. Mm-hmm.
You know what I was thinking, too? I was like, this should be like a pre-marriage course that everybody should have to take.
Well, there's some teachers teaching this in school, and I absolutely love it. I mean, it's if you can take your teenagers and say, here's your personality, here's what people value in here's what you need to work on, here's where you may go into people pleasing, or your confidence might get shook. It's a very powerful tool. And then for the singles, I'm single now. I was married for 30 years. Now I'm single. I know what it feels like to I'm looking for that partner that's compatible with me. And so I immediately, almost always, I can recognize the pattern, and I understand that person. So I'll give you an example for the singles. They may meet someone. I'm a female, so I use male, female. You may meet a fellow, and he seems very distrustful. He seems anxious and worried. He seems pessimistic, worst-case scenarios. His personality has difficulty trusting in the beginning. When you are in a trusted relationship with them, they are beautiful partners because they're traditional, they're loyal, they're very aware, they're very caring. So you figure out which personality, and I have compatibility information. I have a singles guide. I have, resources.
Oh, I like that.
What for the singles, until you understand your part in the previous relationship, if you are divorced, if you've been in relationships, you need to own your part in the previous relationship in order to heal yourself, let go of your previous partner. Then you can move on without taking the baggage with you. Because otherwise you're just blaming, it's all their fault. You're going to attract the same energy in the same person.
What an amazing thing you've done for individuals, for men and women out there that are struggling. What a fantastic thing. I applaud you for this, because I think this is the struggle. We are constantly, and I have a lot of friends that are going through relationship changes right now. Mm-hmm. They've left their marriages and they're struggling to find almost their identity again. And you're helping these individuals, kind of get back to themselves. You're going to, help them through this process, not just people within their marriages and people that are looking for, perhaps a relationship. So I think it's absolutely fantastic.
And, again, what I love, it's so specific. Like, it is so specific, your patterns, that you step back into the confidence of who you are, no matter how that past relationship's going. And for couples who, their relationships are pretty good, but they're married a long time or it's kind of flat. I had one gal come to me. Her husband never came. She said, you know what, it's time for me. I want to delve into who I am more. And we went into her personality. We figured out her husband's personality. She came for 2 or 3 sessions, and she calls me up and she said, you won't believe this. I don't believe this. This is a different man than I've been living with. He's showing up. He's speaking up. He's mirroring everything that I'm doing. He's excited about life. He's trying things he's never tried. And they were excited about their relationship again.
Oh, that's awesome.
This is my mission, to help people love themselves first and then love themselves in relationships. And, this is why I also do the Stay or Go coaching. There's 3 things that we work on in Stay or Go coaching. Let's see if we can re-engage, rejuvenate, and reconnect the relationship. Number 1 priority. You need to decide that before you go. Number 2, if you're not ready to go yet, work on you, because that can shift everything. It can absolutely shift the whole relationship. And I give you tools for engagement. Number 3 is, you're ready to go. You clean up all the work before you go. You leave because you've earned the right to leave. And then it releases you into the world in a much better place. And for me, learning the Enneagram, the divorce was very different than it would have been if I hadn't learned that. I know with my personality as a 2 supporter, the lower behaviors of the 2 supporter is instilling guilt. I would have been throwing out guilt and justifying and blaming my husband. Instead, I brought us all through in a respectful way. I mean, he wasn't happy that I left. He had choices to do something and chose not to. So moving forward, we gave the gift to our children. This is our stuff, not theirs. And we immediately met with them monthly or family gatherings, and there's no conflict. There's no underlying currents or tension. That's a choice.
That's important.
That's the gift I gave my children. And I only was able to do that. I'm not, blowing my own horn. Well, I am, because I have earned this. I have stepped into this, and it has created a better life for my kids. They are better husbands, fathers, because they, too, know about this.
Wow. This is amazing. You're creating so many great things.
Thank you. Well, it's my mission. I really feel this is my purpose, is to help people take the struggle out of their lives, because life's stressful. And relationships are the foundation of your life. And so when you can figure them out and in a very, with integrity and with confidence and awareness and compassion, I tell you, it is transforming. There's people who say to me, you know what, who've known me for a lot of years, they go, you are a totally different person, and you're happy. I say, yeah, I am. I really am.
That is so important. And that's why we want to support you. The Divas That Care love what you are doing. And I'm going to be posting all of this information for all of our listeners today on all of our social media, because I think that this is a great thing to do on this wonderful day. I know that a lot of you, there's people out there that love Valentine's Day and that don't love Valentine's Day. But you know what? I love the idea of, being loved and getting loved, and I love the idea of the relationships and everything that you're doing. So I think that it's really important to put this out there. I'm going to be posting about the questionnaire for people to get started today. I think it's just absolutely a great thing to do.
Thank you. And please go to my website, eileenhead.com, because I have many free resources for you. I've got webinars I've done and that you can listen to the replays, and the quiz is there, and jump on a discovery call with me. Let's have a chat. What's going on? What's happening? Here's the resources that I can use to give you to support you, and the insights.
So wonderful. And for any of you that are supporters of our Divas That Care, Eileen is actually one of our co-contributors to an upcoming anthology that we are doing of the Journeys of Discovery. So we are so excited to have her a part of that and sharing her story in there also.
Thank you for having me on today. I'm happy to support you and your ladies and community in any way that I can.
Oh, we love having you, and I hope that you come on again. I would like to talk more about, in the future, about the personality test and how maybe we can have a guest come on with us and you can kind of go through this with them. We'd love to have that also.
Or, we could set up something, a question and answer, where people send questions ahead of time and I address them on, it's really fun. Like, it's when people start to recognize, and they already do recognize people in patterns, they just haven't identified them clearly enough. And then you use this as an amazing tool, with your boss or your coworkers or your parents or siblings. It's quite an amazing tool. I love the Enneagram because it has that path of development. Here's what you're doing, here's the patterns that are sabotaging you, and specifically for your personality, here's how you replace them.
Oh, I like it. And you know what? I really like the idea that it alleviates conflict and stress and tension. And that's what we want. We want to live longer, happier lives. And if we can eliminate that with miscommunications, then that just makes everybody happier.
I have an online program called Get Love the Way You Need. It's on my website. I think it's called Get Love, Get Desired. And it's online. You can purchase that program, one personality or couples too, and it gives you a wealth of information on your personality, what you need from your partner, what they from you, how you feel loved, your fundamental core emotional need, which none of us know until we learn this. And that program's up and running all the time, so that's available all the time as well.
Oh, wow. Well, we'll definitely be posting about that too. My goodness. Thank you so much. Happy Valentine's Day to you.
And to you.
And thank you again for being on our show. Oh, it was so much fun today.
Yeah, it was. Thanks for connecting with me, and let's do some things for your community. We'll figure that out. My name is Eileen.
We will definitely have you back on.
Yeah,
yes.
Website eileenhead.com.
Well, that is from our Relationship Whisperer. Guys, I know that you had as much fun as I did today. Oh, my goodness. Well, thank you all for tuning in. I will, as I mentioned, I was going to be posting a lot of our stuff on our social media today so that you are able to check out all of her pages. And, this was a lot of fun, and I hope that each and every one of you has an amazing Valentine's Day. And, do something kind for somebody today. There's a lot of people out there that are probably struggling, and they would just love for you just to say hi and, maybe even give them a hug. So I hope you do something kind for somebody, and until next time, have a wonderful day. Oh, and one last thing. For any of you that have just tuned in for the first time, you can check out this call and all of our other recorded calls at divasthatcare.com. So until next time, we will talk to you later. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.